Yeah, I was just gonna say,
I
how do we
already know the answer I'm going to give you before you
tell
finish the
us?
question. On this
All
one,
right.
I am no longer the future. I am exactly where I am meant to be. I am not the future of anything. I am meant to be in the UFC. So the future name is irrelevant anymore. I
Future's
was the
gone.
future getting to the UFC. I am exactly where I am meant to be.
Hey guys, this is John Anik from the UFC. You're watching the Fight Week Show. Please subscribe. Not now, but right now. Subscribe to the Fight Week Show. We'll see you guys on the road soon.
Hey people, what's happening, people? You're welcome to the Fight Week Show, man. And we got Sam Patterson here. The future is right here with us on the Fight Week Show, man. How you doing, my bro? He's there in the sauna.
Chilling. Just finished my last session of the day, so I am relaxing in the sauna. Pleasure to be on the show. And yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm so delighted to have you on the show. And big up Eric's Gear for pointing, for directing us to you. My guy Eric's Gear, he's been so good to us on this channel. He's a good friend of the show. And we have you here on the channel, man. You fight out of Team Crossface and you're lightweight, right? With a 911 record. That sounds like a emergency number, 911.
911. It's soon to be 1011, so it won't really
Soon to
matter
be
anymore.
1011. Exactly that. You got 4 KO, 4 subs, 1 decision, man, and a draw. Bro, how is life treating you here in the UK first? Especially, obviously, we had a little bad news yesterday. RIP to the Queen. We had a little bad news here yesterday. But how's life been treating you here, man?
Yeah, life's good, man. I'm deep into training camp, deep into the my fight camp. So it's literally training, sleeping, and training again. That's all I do. Honestly, nothing changes for me. It's obviously the Queen and everything is gutting to hear, but she done so well. Like if a 96-year-old woman passed away, that's a great age. She made it to 96, and the fact she was a Queen for 75 years is massive. So nothing but respect to her. And yeah, man, I'm good. I can't complain. I get to train every day and do what I love every day. So I really can't complain about life.
Fantastic, man, fantastic. Look, we got a nice little audience, you know what I mean, on our platform here. Can you tell them one thing about yourself? You know, that maybe that's not even fight related, but that they should know about you.
I love cake. If you want to know one thing about me that no one else knows, apart from my team and my family, I love the cake. I eat so much cake and I love it. Obviously not right now. I'm preparing for a fight, but when I'm not in fight camp, yeah, that's one thing about me that's not fight related. I love the cake.
Fantastic. I mean, you know what? You're probably going to be getting a whole lot of that when you're done doing your your contest over there in the Contender series. But we're going to jump onto that later on, man. How well will you familiarize yourself with Sensi? Your scheduled, Dana White Contender series opponent. Do you know much about him? Have you figured out a lot more, a lot of stuff about him? What do you know about him?
To be honest, I don't focus too much on my opponents at all. If anything, I have a little watch. My coaches have mainly watched their fights, but I have a little look, get an idea of what they're about, and then I just focus on me. I truly believe if I go in that cage and do what I do, it doesn't matter who's standing across from me. So I would say about 90% of it is focused on what I'm going to do. And my opponent, he's good. To be honest, he's a good level. He's going on the Contender series. He's where he's meant to be for a reason. So I'm prepared for the best version of him to date. I think he hasn't. I was told he hasn't fought in a while. He hasn't fought since March, but most of his fights were last year. So if he's made the improvements I've made since my last fight, we're in for a cracking fight. But yeah, I don't really focus on them. I really focus on myself. So yeah, I don't know too much on him.
Yeah, man. Look, one thing's for sure, we're gonna be backing you all the way here, all the way.
You know it.
You know what I mean?
You know
from
it.
over here in the UK, man. We're backing you all the way, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
won that big W for you, and we're gonna be fully supporting you on that.
I appreciate that.
What does it feel like to be getting, this, because this is a big deal for you. This is a big shot. You probably one fight away from that contract. What does that feel like for you, man?
It feels right. That's the best way I can describe it. It feels right. It's where I'm meant to be. Whether it would have been a straight shot to the UFC or going through the contenders like I am, I truly believe I'm ready for the UFC. And I'm going to showcase that in a couple of weeks that I am UFC. I'm UFC caliber, and I can't wait to perform. It doesn't matter about the stage. If anything, going through the contender series is good for my career in the UFC. I don't want to have 1 or 2 fights in the UFC. I want to have a full career in the UFC. So it's like when people come through the Ultimate Fighter, or now they come through the contender series. You're built up you're built up that way, and they build you correctly. So for me to have a career in the UFC, I feel like this is the right path, and I can't wait to go out there and perform, man. I cannot wait to put on a show, do what I do. Nothing changes. I know if I go do what I do, I'm banking that contract. I don't need to act out of character or fight a different way. My style is entertaining. I come to finish. So I look forward to showing that. And yeah, fighting in front of Dana, I can't go wrong, really. I get to go Vegas and fight in front of Dana White. Some people that have been in the UFC and have 3 or 4 fights haven't fought in front of Dana yet. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
That's an absolute good one. We had a contestant on our show recently, Cameron Salmon, MSP, and he went on there, pretty much did exactly what he was going to say, bantamweight as well. Went on Dana White Contender Series and won, and got himself a contract. Dana White actually named him and called him the Future. Right?
Oh yeah.
He said that was going to be his nickname for this brother. Yeah. You're called the Future, right?
I will not be the. Go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I already know the answer I'm going to give you before you finish the question. On this one,
right.
I am no longer the future. I am exactly where I am meant to be. I am not the future of anything. I am meant to be in the UFC. So the future name is irrelevant anymore. I was the future getting to the UFC. I am exactly where I am meant to be. Come September 27th, and when my hand is raised and I am given that UFC contract, I am not the future anymore. I'm exactly where I am meant to be.
Beautiful answer, man. Beautiful answer. I love it. I love the attitude, love the mentality, love all that shit, man. You know what I mean? And that's what you need going into, a competition like this, where there's a lot at stake for you. This is what you've worked for so long, and now you're here, you're there, you know what I mean? And obviously this is not just for you, it's for your gym, it's for your coaches, your teammates, everybody that's sacrificed a lot to help you get here, man. So I totally get exactly what you're saying, that you're here now. Forget that the future name. This is the now, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Next thing that I wanted to ask you, because nutritionist is a big thing, in your line of work, and having the right kind of diet. What's your diet look like during the year, like all year round, versus like when you're in fight camp? Like, is it day and night, or are you kind of like, tell us what that looks like?
Yeah, like, to be fair, if I turn around and said like, my off season, not off season, but when I haven't got a fight coming up, I do enjoy food, and I enjoy cake, and I enjoy white chocolate. White chocolate is my go-to. I could literally eat it by the bar, and literally cake and everything I enjoy. But my general diet is pretty for a standard person, is pretty healthy. I train all the time. That's the thing. I don't actually stop training. I just up the intensity when it comes to fight time.
Right.
And for me to make lightweight, I do have to diet, and I have to eat healthy, and cut out the cake and all the extra sugars. And mainly that's just because how it makes me feel. If I'm training on cake and chocolate and sweets, then I end up feeling sluggish and getting injured. Whereas when I sign a fight, I am very disciplined. I'm disciplined in my diet, my training, every aspect of the game now, my recovery, I am dialed in. So I feel like all year round, I like after the fight, I'm in Vegas, and I will follow if you want to see some good food. Follow my Instagram
I
a week
will be.
after the fight,
I'll
because I am
definitely.
telling you, I've got some spots lined up to go try some food.
Oh shit.
Well,
Yeah, man.
well earned, because 10 weeks of dieting and preparing for this,
Yep.
I'm looking forward to getting a bit fat.
Love it.
That's for sure.
Love it. And this takes me to the next question here, because we know about Paddy the Baddy. He's notorious for ballooning when it's off season for him, right? And he's got to go and still make weight and cut weight hard. I don't know how he does it. I saw him on Hot Boxing the other day on Mike Tyson show, and he looked exactly how he usually looks when he's not fighting. What's your take on like a hard weight cut? What's your perspective on that? Because you cut weight,
Yeah,
when you're preparing for fights and that.
Everyone's like on Paddy for this and stuff like that, and I feel like he's actually built a brand around it, but he doesn't struggle. He says himself he doesn't struggle to cut the weight because he is disciplined. When he has a fight, yes, he needs 8 to 10 weeks or 10 to 12 weeks to prepare, but the guy gets down to shape and gets the weight off. It's not like he goes into fight week at 85 fat and then having to cut the weight from there. He is disciplined when he's got a fight. So why not let your hair down when you haven't got a fight? Why not enjoy the fruits of your labor when you haven't got a fight? I understand that he does balloon up to the extreme. But trust me, the only reason people know about that is because of the platform he's on. He's not the only fighter that does it, but he's got such a big platform that people see it and go, wow, it's just Paddy. It ain't just Paddy. It is a lot of fighters that cut weight and diet for 8 to 10 weeks. They indulge after, probably more than the average person, because we restrict ourselves so much to make the weight. So fair play to him, because I do the exact same thing, but I just don't have 1.2 million followers following me and judging me for it. So fair play to him. And I don't think he struggles to make the weight. He was a featherweight before. He looked like he struggled to make that. He looks healthy at lightweight. And it is just a discipline thing. I think we're so disciplined for 10 to 12 weeks in training camp. Don't let anything touch any bad food touch our lips or anything. We are dialed in. Whereas the average person has a chocolate bar at the end of the day, or during the day they have a bad lunch. Athletes like ourselves, we eat healthy to the extreme for that long and train to the extreme for that long, that when the fight's done, it's nice just to relax and be a normal person. But we just go to the extreme. Instead of having one cookie, we have 5 or 6. And like I said, it's mainly a platform thing for him. It's definitely mainly a platform thing.
Big up to Paddy, man. We love Paddy around here. I mean, definitely in the shade on him. I'm actually jealous, because I held some weight during quarantine. I was still struggling to shake that fucker off. And Paddy can just shake it off like he wants, come into the octagon, drop it like it's hot with his shredded 6-8 pack. I don't know how he does it. He looks good doing it. You know what I mean? So yeah, just looking for some secret to it. And you mentioned the secret there. The secret is discipline.
And that's all it is.
We ain't got enough of it. You guys
and that's why not everyone in the world is a fighter, my friend. And
absolutely.
That is why it's the 1% of us that do this. It's easy to diet. Everyone wakes up Monday morning and says, I'm going to eat healthy for the week. Wednesday, Thursday comes around and they got a chocolate bar in their hand. It's discipline and structure, and a lot of it's science nowadays. There's a lot of people that have meal plans and stuff like that. That makes it easier for them. But yeah, it's why if I weren't fighting, You'd be
stuffing your face.
I probably wouldn't. I'll be stuffing my face for the first couple of weeks, but I'd be on a normal diet. If I fancied a pizza, I wouldn't even question it. I'd just have the pizza. Whereas when you're fighting and you've got a certain weight to be on a certain day, you have to question those things. And so when you can relax and eat what you want, boy, do we eat what we want. And I, like I said, follow the Instagram. The week after,
we will be definitely, man. You know what I mean? We're definitely going to be posting you on your story and everything, man. I wanted to ask you because we're big on advice and giving advice to up and coming fighters and young fighters, and because you're already a pro now, and what are the pitfalls that are young fighters got to look for, you know, when they're trying to get into this game and looking for looking for that big shot? What are the simple little things that they could avoid because you've already been through there and seen what it's like?
The thing is, a lot of the fighters now, and the best bit of advice I can give is, there's no quick fix. There's no quick tablet that gives you a quick run to the top. People have quick runs and they have a quick fall as well. Just embrace the grind, and honestly, there's no secret. Just train. There is no secret. People think there's a special recipe or a certain gym there's no secret. You just got to show up and train, jump on the mats, and just get the work in, and absorb knowledge and get the experience in the cage. And if you've got it, you've got it. It could take someone 2 years and they're in the UFC, and it can take someone 10 years. I've been competing since I was 16 years old. I'm now 26. That's 10 years of competing, cutting weight, and now I'm getting my shot. And now my career starts. Some people have done it in 2. Some people do it in 3. Everyone's each to their own on the path, but the main thing is training. Just show up to the gym and train. Not when you've got a fight. Not when you've got, I've got a fight book, let's train. No, just train. The best time I love this sport is when I haven't got a fight. I am in the gym, picking everyone's brain, training, getting all the rounds in. The intensity isn't the same, but I'm learning, I'm evolving, and you can see that in my performances because I'm never the same. I'm always like leveling up every single fight, and that's because I'm back in the gym the Monday after the fight because I love this. I love this sport and I love to train. So yeah, there's no secret. Just show up at the gym, jump on the mat and train. That's the bit of advice I'd give to any up and comer.
Yeah, man. Fantastic. You heard it from the man himself, Sam Patterson, giving you guys that gem right there. How does it feel? Because I know how I feel. I'm loving it. But how does it feel to be a pro from England and watching Leon Edwards lift that welterweight strap? How much does that inspire you? How much does that make you want to go and get it?
The thing is, a lot of people get asked that question. I've seen recently. A lot of UK fighters, like, how does it inspire you? The guys are already inspired. Everyone wants to be a UFC champion. Everyone wants to be in his position. But the only difference was I actually felt genuine happiness when he won. Like, you watch other fighters, other champions from all around the world win the belt, and you're like, oh, great fight, well done. But you don't feel any certain way. You just kind of, all right, you won the belt. Who are you fighting next, kind of thing. You don't feel anything. I actually had genuine happiness when he won that fight, and I knew that he was a champion coming out of the UK. And yes, it opens the doors for the UK scene is hot right now, and I am so glad to be a part of it. And like I said, if they come back to the UFC back next year in the UK, I will be signed by the UFC and I will be opening that card for the UK.
Oh my God, that would be something. That would be absolutely.
That's something I visualize, and that is that I haven't fought in the UK in nearly 5 years. I've been fighting abroad in different countries in the Middle East. So it would be cool to be my first go away, all these different places, fighting to get to where I want to be, and now being on the card when the UFC come back home. That would be amazing for me. And seeing Leon win and how he won as well. That's what's impressive. It just shows the digging deep and never giving up on yourself. And he's had a hard road. You see, he is just so unfortunate.
He's been so unlucky.
So it's like the perfect. It's actually crazy if you actually think about his name Rocky when they call him Rocky. And it's like if you actually think of the Rocky story movie,
the whole thing.
His path has actually been that pretty much. Even that fight, it's crazy. His nickname is so fitting to his career. It's unreal. But yes, I was very happy for him.
The whole job with his coach as well, just giving him all that energy, giving him, waking him up, dragging him off the stool.
It was all Rocky. It was all like that.
It's crazy.
come on, Rock, come on. It felt like you had everyone with a UK flag on their back going, come on, Rock.
You know what I mean?
It was a madness. And
it's
for him to do it from the UK, and he's always said that, and that just hit home a little bit to say that we've got the talent coming through over here. And I've been up to Birmingham and trained with them guys, and they're a great bunch of guys. And
they're savages, man. They're savages. I've actually met him. I met him in Wolverhampton on one of the golden ticket promotion over there. Love. He's a whole different guy when he's not in there, man. Lovely as a couple.
Yeah.
But when he's in the cage, beast mode, mate.
Yes, and that's for everyone. Like, everyone gets an idea that fighters are like some like killers that you just can't talk to, but most of us are the most chill guys, like the nicest guys to talk to.
Yeah.
Because we fight every day in the gym, so we don't need to act tough or act a certain way outside. So people get the wrong idea till they actually meet fighters and go, wow, he's a well nice guy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Man. I mean, like early days for me, I always say this, man. Like when I see mans with cauliflower ears, man, like I cross the road, fella. I don't want none of them problems. I don't want none of them smoke. I'm a civilian, you know. I don't want them problems. Do you actually you have cauliflowers? You have cauliflower?
Yeah. My coach has made sure I got cauliflower. I had to have surgery on this one because the cauliflower was actually inside my ear, so I couldn't hear out of this ear, and I had to have surgery. If I knew how painful the surgery was going to be beforehand, I would have been deaf in this ear. I wouldn't have had the surgery. I would have preferred the cauliflower ear. Honestly, it was so painful.
Wow.
But yeah, that's it. It's not. Don't worry about the guy that's got the big chest or the big muscles. Yeah, worry about the guy that's got the cauliflower ear, because them guys would jump on your back and choke you unconscious. The guy with a big chest is going to gas out walking up the stairs. So
there you go. Like, you see that, you know what I mean? You just cross the road. I always say to people, man, but look, a lot of you guys are some of the most nicest people I ever met, man. And you're a living example. You're one of them.
Thank you.
The other question I was going to ask you, because we were just talking about Leon, does he win the rubber match?
I believe so. And the fact that it'll be in the UK, if it is in the UK, I see things on social media saying it's going to be.
And Cardiff and stuff.
I believe that benefits Leon. Yeah. I think being in the UK, I know Salt Lake City, they said about the altitude and stuff like that. Him being in his home time zone, not having to travel, I think that all them little 1% benefits play a factor. I know the first fight that everyone's, but if Usman 30 more seconds, all that, but that was it. That was that could have been the altitude. You can see he looked tired, and again, I think it gives confidence to know he can do it. And now he's got the belt and he's on the win. Both of them stepping in there. Once you've been knocked out and you step back in there, you've got a different mindset to the person that's just knocked you out. And I think being on UK soil will be that little 1%. I believe he can get it done in the rematch too.
How does a pro fighter develop the mental toughness that's required to compete in this crazy sport that you guys are in? Because for somebody to just wake up and say, I want to beat people up for a reason, but at the same time, you also got to be willing to take punishment. And we know some people in the fight game that they just love dissing it out, but they love taking punishment too. It's like they feel right at home. I'm talking people like Robbie Lawler, Mike Perry, this sort of guys. They don't mind the punishment, but they can give it as well. But you need some kind of mental toughness to be able to do that. How do you get through that and navigate that and be able to develop that sort of I wouldn't even call it a skill.
That's just something within, like you go to that dark place and you don't mind being hit. Like I pride myself on hitting and not getting hit. I grew up watching like Floyd Mayweather and that kind of era, and I always took that on board of like, I'm not in there to be a punch bag. I'm trying my best to hit you and not get hit. So I don't need to get hit to show I'm tough, like I understand that though that it is very entertaining and you have to be a certain way you got to be a certain way just to step in there, like fight someone that is prepared to fight you and hurt you. So it's hard to explain it. It's just something you've got, it's not for everyone, and I don't expect if everyone was doing this, it wouldn't be as big as what it is. You know, it is the 1% of us that are willing to step in there and fight. And to be honest, I can't even explain. I just enjoy it. I like to fight. I can't think of anything else. I couldn't work a 9 to 5. I actually like to fight. I don't up. I'm up for the fight. Like if it turned into, I would love one of them back and forth Robbie Lawler versus Rory McDonald fights. But I said to myself, I said to myself, hit and not get hit. If I can go my whole career hitting and not getting hit, that's ideal. If I'm gonna have one of them wars, I'm making sure it's in the UFC where I'm getting a 50G bonus at the end of it, because it ain't worth doing it any other way.
For real. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong. Which martial art is like your favorite to learn and your least favorite to learn, if you had to pick one?
To be fair, I actually love this. I can't even lie. I love this sport. That I love being on the mat learning. If that's like any martial art, gi, people like the gi and people don't like the gi. I just like training and learning. And that's why I think I'm so successful as well, because like I said about having a fight, like training when you've got a fight and just training all year round. I actually do nothing else. If I am not training, I am watching fights. It's all I've known since I was a kid. All I've known is training. So if I'm not doing it, I think I'm doing something wrong, you know? So I love the sport and I love martial arts. I pride myself on being a martial artist, not a fighter. So yeah, there's nothing I prefer or don't prefer. I would say like there's certain things, like when you're in a fight camp, there's certain things like maybe the strength and conditioning you don't enjoy doing, or you don't enjoy the running certain camps. I love it all. I enjoy being healthy and fit. Probably the diet is the hardest thing. But in martial arts, I'm always on the mat anyway learning. So I love it.
Fair enough. If a lot of fighters called to, they get called to come and do movie scenes and do roles and that in movies. If you had to pick a movie star to fight in a fight scene, who would it be and why?
A movie star and I'm gonna say the first person that comes to my head, I would fight Will Smith. I don't know why. The first person that comes to my head. Do you know why? I watched iRobot. I watched iRobot the other night. Yeah, I went back old school and watched iRobot.
Right.
And, for some reason, it's the first person that comes to mind. Will Smith. I'd fight Will Smith. I would have it out with him.
That's a good pick, man. That's a good pick, you know what I mean? Especially bullying Chris Rock like that, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, jumping on him, slapping him. I'd slap him back.
Yeah, man. That's a good one, still. That's a good one. We've got one more question for you, and then we're going to get it out of here. So I want to thank you for your time. You've been very, very generous with your time, especially coming from training straight into the sauna.
Literally, I just put no problem at all. I just put my salmon in the oven. So I was just checking on that, make sure it's not burning. But I'm still here. I'm all good.
We're gonna get out. Let's do one more question. If you had a MMA related superpower, what would you want it to be and why? Like a superpower, like MMA related.
Oh, I would like. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I was thinking. Top of my head, probably be invisible. Imagine being invisible. That'd be pretty cool. Like I'm not. Like you see these guys, these fighters and stuff. I hope that I'm never that level of fame where you can't walk down the street and stuff like that. I hope to have all the perks of fame, but not actually be famous. I want all the money in that, but I don't want to be sat having a meal with my family or my missus and hundreds of people coming up to me and stuff like that. But like, I don't think I'll ever get to that. But if I had the power to be invisible,
that's a good shout.
It doesn't matter.
That's a good shout. I mean, there's days where Bill Gates could literally walk past a ton of people and nobody would even know that was him. You just walk
Exactly.
right past you. You wouldn't even,
You wouldn't even know who he is. Exactly. That's the power.
Yeah, man. I love that. I love that. Oh man. Do you have any merch, sponsors, people you want to thank, your gym, your coach? Please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, just massive thank you to my team, Team Crossface, and everyone that's helped me this camp and every camp up to this point. I'm going to go out there, put a performance on for everyone back home that's helped me. And my sponsors, I hate, it's the worst part of an interview is when they give you the floor to say your sponsors. And when you've got a couple, even if you've got 2 or 3, and you forget one because you can't remember them all. And I should always have, any interview I do, I should have a little list sat next to me. But you know who you are. All my sponsors, they're all on my social media. And when this comes out, I'll tag them all in it. And thank you for my the ongoing support to the people that are on this journey with me and the people that are going to join going forward.
We are definitely on this journey with you. Now we're on the train with you, and big up to Eric's gear. He's a really, really good friend of ours, and thank you to him for pointing us in your direction. And we want to see good and big things from you. We're gonna be supporting you, gonna be rooting for you, and yeah, man, good luck to you on your competition on the Dana White Contender Series. I mean, the excitement level is crazy, man, because we need someone from our ends to actually go out there and do put that competition on the map as well, man. So please.
Yeah, I've got this. Tune in. I tell you, thank you very much for having me on the show. I appreciate you having me on the platform, and honestly, tune in because that's going to be my best performance to date, and I cannot wait.
Man. Oh my God, yeah, man, we're definitely going to be looking forward to that. And yeah, you've been listening to Sam Patterson. He's no longer the future because he's here now, and
right where I'm meant to be.
We're going to see him when he comes back from Las Vegas. Thank you very much, man. Salute to you.
Thank you, man. See you later.
Salute.
Yo, guys, this is Adrian Yanez telling you to use those handles. Hit, click, like, and subscribe. Fuck yeah, dudes. If y'all don't do it, man, fucking catch the hands, bro.